Good evening, guys. Warm welcome to the program. Hope you are all doing fine. This is a live stream across various media, including LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We are today going to see one practical question on inventory management. I have come across many executives working in different organizations at different level and also CEOs of the many companies, they express doubt saying the inventory is not managed to the full potential. Of course, the reasons for poor inventory management are many, and it starts with the ignorance from top management. Okay, the first one maybe if CEO or director is not from a supply chain background, then things are not managed properly in that particular organization. This is my general feeling. And the second one is in India, it is there is no proper education specific to planning. Here we are talking about core supply planning is not available in India. Wherever university having some supply chain program or more related with logistics. Uh, Otherwise, the education sector is very dull in India. So let us debate some of the aspects of why inventory is being managed poorly in Indian organization. Before that, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. I have been working in large global organization for nearly 25 years, and last 5 years I am in consulting and training. Now let us come to the core understanding of supply chain management and inventory specifically. What is the purpose of inventory in any organization? There are two important things. One is to provide customer service level, or is basically to provide service to the customer, and second one is to engage your employees or resources, especially if you are in the manufacturing domain. The purpose of inventory could also serve to utilize your resources, especially it could be machinery or equipment or manpower. The management doesn't want to idle these resources, so it could be conflicting with the optimization of inventory. One side we are trying to control inventory, but the other side management wants the resources to be occupied at all the time. And maybe third objective could be to do all this thing with the optimum inventory. You can see there are so many conflicting things coming in the definition of inventory. This is how it happens in manufacturing. In distribution retail environment, things operate slightly different because there everything is made to stock, and the manufacturing is totally dealing, and their focus is mainly on distribution. Okay, so for them inventory is not so much in terms of optimization, but availability is more important in case of retail or distribution environment, especially if you take e-commerce platform. They want inventory to be available in ready condition, so you may see their warehouses is occupied by inventory everywhere, that to finished goods inventory. Originally, Amazon started their organization by only linking the seller with buyer, and they were not having any inventory. Now you can see Amazon is building warehouse after warehouse in city after city, and now warehousing and inventory has become their strength. On the other hand, we may not be aware the product cost what we are paying, maybe 50% goes to only for the idling of inventory. The inactive inventory which is lying in various warehouses contributes to the price what we are paying. And this is the current status of retail distribution. When you come to manufacturing organization, the current status is one, and they have very huge inventory. At the same time, they will be struggling with some of the shortage, which only means that the wrong inventory is dumped more, whereas the real inventory is not available. But of course, this is called a dual shape kind of inventory, dual nature of inventory, where the huge inventory comes to shortage after some period, and whatever shortage is there moves to huge inventory in a short period of time. Maybe this month certain things may be shortage, but next month they become excess inventory, and something in excess inventory comes to a shortage. This is the cycle. The reasons are many. So let us see. The number one reason could be no customer service level policy by the organization. I have seen many organizations, they simply keep talking 100% service level without even realizing what does it mean. When you say 100% service level, it means that you are trying to keep infinite inventory or safety stock, which maybe the top management doesn't understand, a marketing guy doesn't understand. So the supply chain problem for inventory management starts from there. There is no proper customer service level policy. Then second could be poor forecasting. Even in a large global organization, the forecasting is mismanaged, and there is no proper monitoring of actual forecast versus what has been predicted earlier. Some organizations still use simple moving average, whereas some organizations use a complex software, and they do not go back and check what was forecasted and what is real, because that facility is not available in most of the softwares. Software predicts something, we believe that we plan material, but finally we do not revisit the result. So many of the organizations have a poor demand forecasting. That is the problem, and based on that wrong forecasting, we plan the material. Maybe wrong material more, right material less. The third problem area could be order quantity. The system order quantity may be set when ERP was implemented. Most of the supply chain executives, they don't dig into that and check what is the method of in arriving the ordering quantity. Most of the time, it could be EOQ, which is not relevant in the current time, because EOQ was founded some 50 years back, when the market was stable and the expectation from customer was much less. Now the market has become dynamic. If your ERP has EOQ order quantity, then you are mismanaging. And also it could be that 50% of your item may have EOQ, sorry, MOQ, which means you are maybe ordering either 3 months quantity or 3 years quantity, even without your knowledge. So this has to be corrected. Possibly lot for lot could be beneficial in most of the time. Okay, but I have seen many times the planning executive, they take the baton from previous executive and simply follow what is there. It's all set by ERP implementation team, maybe 5 years back or 10 years back, and nothing is checked by planning executive most of the time. In my previous organization, we made sure that every year the planning executives revisit and check whether we have the current planning parameters. Especially, some vendors might have changed, the MOQ might have been removed or changed. But delivery time would have been changed, but we don't keep changing in the system. That could contribute to poor inventory management. And the next one could be timing of order. Okay, when you have to order the inventory, possibly there is some procedure, even that's as old as our EOQ, and that has been set in the system. And if you don't review them as a planning parameters, then you are going to have a wrong inventory in place. Next one could be safety stock, one of the most misused item in inventory management. And even I have come across many executives saying entire inventory is for safety stock. This is a very wrong procedure. You are keeping a safety stock for a particular reason, and it should not exceed normally 20% of your overall inventory, and it is to address variation in the demand or supply, and possibly to provide higher customer service level. But most of the organization, it is just a thumb rule. Keep 100 pieces for this supplier, maybe 200 pieces for this particular component because of criticalness. But that is not inventory management, that's not in a supply chain management. Many of you who are watching live request you to comment if you have any doubts or clarification. You are always welcome to type in the comments. Today I am not using any slides. Of course, it should be a discussion. If you need any clarification, you can always type in any of the comment in any of the medium. So coming to the safety stock, one of the misused item, and this is where I want most of the supply chain executive to get re-educated. The time is changing, and the entire thing has become dynamic. We cannot use EOQ, we cannot use whatever ordering time set in the system. We should not use MOQ and safety stock. There is a technical method for calculating it. And coming to the next point could be physical stock accuracy. Maybe you are having a perfect plan and excellent forecasting, but when the item is received inside the store, it is not maintained properly. If you take most of the engineering organization, where we do not have the luxury of having a scan code against individual engineering components, there the counting is a major exercise. Maybe every day thousands or sometimes millions of components are counted manually. And then we use many times unskilled labor, so wrong part in the location, or when picking is happening, maybe wrong part is picked or wrong quantity is picked, especially in manufacturing organization. This is the big problem. Whereas if you go for any e-commerce company, everything is packaged product, and individual product you have a scarp barcode or even RFID. Such facility is not still available in manufacturing sector for various reasons. If you have small component, expensive component, even then you cannot put a barcode or RFID for individual component for scanning. So generally at SKU level, I have seen the maximum component accuracy could be 80 or 90%. Okay, I'm sure if any engineering organization having more than 10,000 SKUs, if you are saying I am having part wide SKU wide accuracy level 90%, it seems to be excellent. Many times, many people say I have 99% accuracy. No, that is wrong. Maybe possible if you are having less than 1,000 parts, it should be possible. But many of the medium-sized organization and above, they handle more than 10,000 SKU. In such case, you have to account for all discrepancies. So this contributes to the error. Next one could be not trained executive, like we were saying. It's not only the labor portion, we are talking about executive level. Okay, we do not have formal supply chain education in India, so it is only a carrying the baton given by the previous person or the same boss training the subordinates, and it has become the practice as per the company and not as per the global standard. Okay, there is a global standard specified by ASCM or APIX, what process you have to follow. I am sure still most of the organization we do not get people certified or trained so that they can better manage not only inventory management but overall supply chain management. Next one could be unskilled labor, especially when it comes to warehouse management. We use 3PL operators. Many people not even qualified 8th standard or 10th standard. They count the component, they put away, they pick the component, which contributes to the problem. Unlike the e-commerce, they may have executive for everything, because we may be paying 50%, not 50%, maybe 100% for most of the products. But in B2B, especially in engineering organization, we have to depend on unskilled labor, especially for this kind of manual activity. So once again, the inventory accuracy deteriorates. Then finally, the analysis is not done many of the time, either in planning or warehouse, or even in a forecasting. We do not use any analytical tool. Most of the organization, 90% of the organization, especially in manufacturing, we do not use the any analytical tool. In fact, the management does not encourage people to use such kind of a tool, leading to poor accuracy. In such case, the e-commerce platform or other companies, especially in the retail and distribution, they are using the analytical tools in a better way. So this is the necessity for the current day when you are handling huge amount of SKUs and transaction. You cannot do any analysis without having knowledge of any supply chain analytical tools. So these are some of the observation from me based on my practical experience. I have been also supporting many organizations on how it can be improved. Of course, inventory management is not the duty of only one executive who is sitting in the planning department. It is a function of all the functions, starting from demand management. Top management has to set a proper customer delivery policy. Unless that is there, we cannot have a suitable inventory level. And if you are depending upon unskilled labor in the warehouse, then how you can get better accuracy? Of course, there could be some technical limitation for using RFID or barcode, but there is a inaccuracy already built in. If you're having 10% stock mismatch, then your planning goes by error at least by double time. 20% error will be there, and customer do not want such a kind of huge error, because this can result in stoppage of line, and could be very expensive for the organization to meet such a situation. So I am trying to provide practical training to the people on these key topics, not only inventory management but overall supply chain management, by using various tools. Especially our one of our popular program is supply chain analytics, which is being recognized globally, because we are trying to build the gap between these two, supply chain management and analytics, and that can improve the performance of entire inventory management, what we are trying to see today. But also the top management should also get involved. It's not a function of only the supply chain, but you see the reasons what you have been seeing is so many. And of course, there is no general solution for all the organization. Possibly we have to see case by case and give a solution. If any one of you interested in having more details or I want to have a personal discussion, you are welcome to contact me. Of course, you can see our executive WhatsApp number through which you can reach me. So if any of the participants have any doubts or clarification, you are always welcome to contact me. Any one of you live participant, do you have any questions or you feel inventory is managed in an excellent way? Even if you are watching offline, you can always comment in any of the media so that we can respond. As I was telling, you can also explore various training program provided by our organization. Everything will support the topic which we are discussing today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye.